Don, welcome, sir.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mike. And I'm super excited to talk about this topic that, believe it or not, I get a question on 10 times a day.
T-Bolt?
Is the military involved in any of this, the Tesla portion of it, or the hyperbaric portion of it, or combining both of the therapies together? Are they using this? Do you have any information on if the military personnel themselves know about this, have used it? I know you said that you only had it out for about 6 months, but I realize the technology has been in place for much longer than 6 months. So can you shed a little bit of light on any sort of military involvement?
We're not the military medbed, but when we asked the military through famous doctors who recommended our product for the military, they have agreed. So our Tesla medbed is going into a special forces facility. I would give you the name, but the people started contacting them. So we're not going to try to jeopardize it before it gets in there, and it's slated to be in there within 3 months. And I am not going to just talk about it. I'm going to do a video. So it's in 3 months where I've got my product and its technology along with special forces in a real video with doctors and the chief medical guy. And we're going to talk Tesla medbed in a military location.
Right.
If you come down to Florida on the 27th, the whole week, the 26th until the next Sunday, our Celestial Medbed Pod will be at the ESPN World of Sports in the Air Force unit during that Wounded Warrior Network. So, the Air Force is putting on that Wounded Warrior show here in Disney at the end of this month.
Another thing I'm a bit confused about, and I hope you can help me. We've been told a lot of things, John. This is true, that's not true, what have you. But we understand that there's, somewhere around 6,000 patents that have been held from humanity. I'm curious to know if they had that kind of power throughout however many years we're talking about. How is it, if you could help us understand, how is it that you were able to get a patent on this and it was not held, so to speak, from humanity like all the other technologies have been?
Well, Nikola Tesla's patents are foundational, right? They create whole industries, right? So those patents are held in secret for military reasons, basically. Essentially, they don't want someone else to have some type of technology that would make their country and their people obsolete. And I'm not sure who's saw all those 6,000 patents, but the thing is that anyone could submit a patent and get it approved. It takes about 4 to 5 years. Ours is just considered a medical apparatus, a medical device. So anyone can submit a patent, but the hardest thing that you can do is not create a patent. What's much harder than to create a patent and have a great idea is actually to bring it to market.
Mm-hmm.
So if you get it to market, the thing that we need to learn about Nikola Tesla and all his patents, the number one thing from one of the world's most genius minds of all time is that you have to be able to market yourself. If Nikola Tesla was able to market himself and not need the money that was required, he wouldn't have been taken over and his technology could have changed humanity. So that's the lesson I learned from Nikola Tesla. And I'm a quiet guy and I'm an introvert, and I'm actually an introvert at a high level where I'm surprised that I'm even on this call, right? But God's put me in this position, and I'm not letting up, and I'm not going to quit. And whether we create something that's just totally revolutionary, this is the time, and this is I got no options. This is what I love, and I'm here to help people at a high level. So patent or not, FDA approval or not, it doesn't matter. If someone's going down, we're all going down anyways. If someone gets there, is a little bit creative and puts the little pieces of the puzzle together, so be it. In the end, it won't matter anyways if we don't get it to that next finish line.
So you don't currently have any agreements or contracts with any branches of the military for this for this technology. Is that what you're telling me?
I don't have any contracts, but I gifted them this product. So based on the medical director and who he basically is looking up to make the selection. So there is no contract. They're not paying for it. We're putting it in there to help. We're putting it in there to help special forces, and they have no idea of any type of med bed too. So if you think about special forces, they have no understanding of any military med bed.
Wow. Have you had any specific contact with any branches of the military enough to quiz them over the, I'm doing air quotes, quote unquote, military med beds, the loose terms military med beds, or have you just left that alone?
I'm not suggesting I have a military med bed, but the thing is I'd love to show you guys proof, not just talk about it. So give me 3 months and I'll have a video, but I'll show it to you. But our goal is to help heal humanity. And if someone wants to use it at that high level, I would be happy to gift it to them, because I believe it's the most powerful health piece of equipment on earth that's available, that you can get and buy right now, that you have access to. So
Awesome.
I truly believe that, because we can measure and monitor it.
Awesome. Is there a trademark on the word medbed?
And in regards to medbed, it's really the censored technology, right, that could make something a medbed, I believe. And there was information put out about the holographic scan medbed as well. So we have a reference point to what a medbed might be. But I think it's the energy frequency, vibration side of the electrical medicine, with the light, the sound, the vibration, the current, the direct current. I believe that this science is only going to get better. The resonance of the body, we are frequency. Each different cell is a different frequency. We already prove it with our scanning technology. And based on that, how do they shatter? How do they dissolve these types of tumors, fungus, mold, bacteria? They match the resonant frequency. So we know frequencies because it's already mapped out in the human genome. And because of that, you can tell when someone's based on their frequency. It's kind of like a fingerprint. A fingerprint is very specific, and it leads back to one person. Well, that fingerprint, let it be a bacteria or fungus, is the same thing as a specific signature. And if that signature has 25, 35, 45, 55, 99%, it's measurable, right? And because of that, I believe a medbed has the ability to analyze, scan, recommend, correct, and change our metabolism to a younger age of that cell. So can you reverse the chronological age and go into what we know as our biological age using detoxification platforms, nutrients, using the biohacking side of it, and using this frequency medicine to stave off major illness? Remember, I believe medbed technology is this advanced technology where you don't use it the rest of your life. You get yourself better, and then you just do maintenance. That's what I believe the medbed technology is, and you did it without pills. And going back to that, when I first heard of a medbed, and I think it was around 2020, maybe, and I had already been working on anti-aging bed for a good 8 or 9 years, people thought I was crazy in 2014 when I had a philosophy to use proven health technologies in a bed. And during that time, I believe the time I saw Simon Parks and Charlie Ward release this information on medbeds, I was very intrigued because I wanted to know more. Who are these people? Where did they come from? What is this technology all about? And I realized that, I was on a podcast with Simon Parks, I believe, on PPN. And I don't know if he was happy that I said that I had a med bed or that I had a citizen's med bed. But I remember him saying, as if it was his own trademark term, he told me on the camera that med bed is a trademark term. And so I was thinking, for yourself, the MedBed is a trademark term. Is that what you're saying? Yeah, he says that he came up with MedBed. So I have to go back to citations where I heard this and where it came from, because it gets out of control. The MedBed palooza is coming, right? Essentially, what happened was what I heard through the grapevine is, where did he get this information from? And I believe he got it from a remote viewer. The intel leak was from a remote viewer psychic from Simon Parks. He was the one that released the MedBed. He was the one that said he had a trademark term on MedBed, and he didn't really like that I had one. So that makes me believe, yeah, that's where I'm at. So that's what I believe.